In a small corner of the county animal shelter, there lived a cat named Willow. She was a simple cat with soft gray fur and polished green eyes. Her home was a small enclosure, filled with the hum of fans and the chorus of meows. Willow longed for a quiet lap and a gentle hand. She sat patiently on her blue blanket, watching the staff with calm curiosity. Her spirit was gentle, her presence soothing in the chaos. Willow offered a slow, deliberate blink, a silent sign of trust. She pressed her head softly against the bars, inviting a scratch behind the ears. These small, tender moments kept her hopeful. The shelter was a place of contrasts, sadness and hope. For Willow, it was the only home she'd known for many months. She watched the seasons change through the high windows. She waited for the day her door would open to a new world. She hoped it would lead her to a place she could finally call her own. Each day, she greeted the world with quiet dignity. Her patience was unwavering, her hope a steady flame. Willow's story began in silence, but her heart spoke volumes. In the shelter's quiet corner, she waited, not for attention, but for understanding. She was ready for the person who would see her gentle soul. And so she waited, a small beacon of hope in a noisy world. Each morning, sunlight crept across the shelter floor, signaling a new day. Willow's day began with the jingle of keys and soft footsteps of staff, a gentle greeting as her food bowl was filled. She rewarded kindness with a soft purr, a low rumble of thanks. Cleaning brought mild disruption, but Willow moved aside calmly. Her calm demeanor earned her extra affection from the staff. Each afternoon, a volunteer let Willow sniff a hand before a gentle stroke. She spent her days in quiet observation, her nights in patient waiting. Her life was simple, but her heart was full, and she waited, always hopeful. Afternoons brought the hardest hours, when the shelter opened to the public and a parade of hopeful adopters wandered past. Families, couples, and older visitors all came, but most eyes were drawn to playful kittens or bold, fluffy cats. Willow sat up straighter, her green eyes hopeful, offering her slow blink to anyone who paused. But she was often overlooked, her gentle stillness mistaken for shyness. The sting of disappointment was familiar. She watched as others were chosen, their carriers leaving with new families. Willow felt a quiet ache, but never bitterness. She celebrated each adoption, even as her own wait continued. She smoothed her fur, curled up on her blanket, and gathered her patience for the next day. Each rejection was a small sadness, but hope never left her. She seemed to understand. Her person just hadn't arrived yet. So she rested, ready for the next parade of faces. She believed someone would look past the noise and see her quiet, loving soul. Willow's hope was resilient, her spirit unbroken. She waited for the one who would truly see her. The shelter grew quiet as visitors left, but Willow's hope remained. She was never resentful, only patient. Each day was a new chance. She watched, she waited, she believed. Her gentle heart was always open. One day she knew, someone would stop, someone would see her, and her wait would end. Many visitors passed Willow by, searching for striking patterns or playful energy. Willow's beauty was subtle, her spirit peaceful, a wildflower among bright blooms. She was often overlooked for her calm, mistaken for disinterest. Her joy was quiet companionship, not wild games. A crumpled paper could amuse her, but her greatest gift was gentle presence. The sadness she felt was private, a gentle melancholy after the last visitor left. She watched the staff turn off the lights, the room settling into stillness. She remembered the laughter of children, the soft voices of couples, and wondered what it would be like to have a window without wire mesh. Each time a neighbor was adopted, the empty enclosure reminded her she was still waiting. She was happy for them, but the question lingered. Why not me? When will it be my turn? She pressed her face into her blanket, seeking comfort. The shelter was both refuge and reminder. Willow's hope flickered but never faded. She dreamed of a home, a family, a place to belong. Her patience was tested, but her spirit endured. She waited through the quiet nights, believing her time would come. The ache of being unchosen was real, but so was her hope. She was a gentle friend waiting to be found. Each day, she renewed her quiet faith. The world outside was unknown, but her heart was ready. She waited, longing for someone to see her true worth. In the shelter's silence, Willow's hope was her comfort. She dreamed of the day her wait would end. Despite daily disappointments, Willow's spirit remained unbroken. Her patience was remarkable, soft, constant, like her purr. She found solace in small joys, a sunbeam, a clean blanket, a kind voice. The staff saw her special qualities, her gentle approach, her attentive gaze. She listened as if she understood the human heart. Her gentleness was her greatest gift, waiting for the right person to notice. Hope lived inside Willow, flickering but never extinguished. She found it in every new day, every act of kindness. Each morning she believed today could be the day. Patience was her companion, practiced in every moment. She waited through noise and loneliness, never giving in to despair. Her patience was active. A quiet declaration. I am here. I am worth waiting for. Willow's hope was a light in the shelter's shadows. She waited with dignity, her heart open. Every day was a chance for her dream to come true. She was ready for the person who would see her. Her patience was not weakness but strength. She waited, a small gray statue of hope. In her stillness, she was always reaching out. Willow's faith in tomorrow never wavered. In Willow's green eyes, you could see her dreams, simple wishes for the comforts of home. She imagined curling up on a soft blanket, a gentle hand stroking her back, the warmth of a human lap. Her dreams were filled with peace, a quiet room, a crackling fire, the steady beat of a loving heart. She longed for the scent of a home-cooked meal, the feel of sun on her fur, the joy of chasing a sunbeam. She dreamed of exploring every corner, finding the best napping spots, and watching the world from a safe perch. Waking brought her back to the shelter, but the feeling of her dream lingered, a sweet comfort. Her dreams were not just fantasies, but a map of her heart's desire. They fueled her hope, whispering that her dream could come true. Willow's longing was quiet but powerful. She waited for the day her dreams would become real. Each night, she held on to the warmth of her imagined home. Her dreams gave her strength to wait. They were a promise of love yet to come. In her heart, she knew what she wanted. She believed her dream was possible. Willow's hope was built on the whispers of her dreams. She waited, trusting that someday someone would make them real. One crisp autumn afternoon, a woman with kind eyes visited the shelter. She didn't rush to the kittens or the loud cats. Instead, she paused at each enclosure, reading every card. Willow watched her, hope fluttering in her chest. The woman stopped in front of Willow, meeting her gaze with a soft, thoughtful smile. Willow offered her slow blink. The woman smiled back. "Well, hello there," she whispered. "You are a very patient-looking girl." They shared a silent conversation, a quiet understanding. The woman spoke to a staff member, pointing to Willow's enclosure. Willow's heart raced. Was this the moment? But the woman sighed. "She is just perfect, but my landlord has a strict no pets policy. I just came to look." She gave Willow one last sad smile before leaving. The hope in Willow's chest deflated. She had been seen and understood, but still left behind. The ache was sharper for having been so close. Willow curled up, the warmth of hope fading. The shelter felt colder, lonelier. She closed her eyes, wishing for the world to be a little kinder. But even in sadness, she held on to hope. Weeks passed, autumn leaves falling outside the shelter. Willow waited, the memory of the kind woman lingering. One afternoon, the shelter door opened and a familiar voice asked, "I'm here to see the quiet gray cat, the one named Willow." It was her. The woman had returned, this time with good news. "I spoke to my landlord. I showed him your picture. He made an exception. A quiet lady deserves a quiet cat." Sarah, the volunteer, opened Willow's enclosure. "My name is Eleanor," the woman said, kneeling. "I've been thinking about you every day. Would you like to come home with me?" Willow didn't hesitate. She rubbed her head against Eleanor's hand, purring deeply. Eleanor scooped her up, holding her close. For the first time, Willow was embraced by her person. The carrier meant home, not another weight. Willow stepped into a quiet, warm living room. A soft armchair, a knitted blanket, just like her dreams. Eleanor let Willow explore, patient and gentle. Willow climbed into her new owner's lap and purred. She had waited so long, hoped so fiercely. Now, her dream was real. The cat who waited was finally home. Willow's patience had been rewarded. Her gentle soul had found its match. The wait was over. Willow's story is one of hope rewarded and patience fulfilled. She found her perfect person in Eleanor, and together they built a life of quiet contentment. Willow naps in sunbeams, watches birds, and sleeps on Eleanor's lap each night. She reminds us that the greatest treasures are often those who wait quietly to be discovered. For every willow, there are many animals still waiting in shelters, gentle souls with so much love to give. They may not be the loudest or the flashiest, but they are all deserving of a chance. Adopting a shelter animal is an act of kindness, a promise of a second chance. When you open your home to a rescue, you save a life, and often they save you in return. Let Willow's story inspire us to choose kindness and patience. Visit your local shelter. Look for the quiet cat, the patient dog. Give a chance to the one who's been overlooked. Every animal deserves the warmth of a home and the love of a family. There is a heart waiting in a shelter right now, meant just for you. Be the person who sees the quiet magic and help another willow find her way home.